All right, dudes, travel day tomorrow. I haven't exactly locked in my trades personally. The head-to-head team I think is locked in and we're good to go. But in mine here, we're locking in Burbo to Kale Aro. That's locked in 100%. And it's what I do with the other ones. And a big part of me just wants to do a second trade, which would be Hutcho straight to Corey Waddell. And it banks about 158k, I believe, in that one there. Gives me that mid player for next week, which is needed. That's a must have on that front. Secondary option, I have, the obviously 450 plus the 133. I could go straight to Sean Bloor with the second trade, but that still doesn't help me in my midsection. There's that. The other option there, Max Plath is another one that I could go. So Hutcho straight to Plath. I think he's a little bit safer. We're not unsure on his minutes and stuff like that. So there's a little bit of a stressor on that one there. The other option is to potentially go for 3 trades. And that second trade would be to go to Willison from Hutcho. And then the third trade would either be to go from Pikura or to go from Levi. And I could go up to a Bloor, potentially a Jamin Jolliffe as well is a second option there in that mid tier, which could be helpful as well. So let me know your thoughts around that, because like the 2 trades works completely fine given if I do that one more, right, and I do get Waddell for Hutcho, I would just bring him up into that int 4 and play him and then loop. Who would I be looping? Levi? No. Yeah, Levi. I'd probably be looping Levi. I think he plays a little bit earlier, if I'm not mistaken, just earlier than that of the doggies. Could be the potential. Yeah, just the game before, obviously on Saturday night. So I think he would be the guy that I'd loop there and then make my decision, obviously after Levi, and then just play, who would it be? Waddell. Waddell would just be in there anyway. So I can just have a muck around with the Levi one. Hughesy obviously could come out and do fairly well. I think I'm happy enough to sort of play Salmon, but Hughesy could just be there as like a safety net there in that one. And the team overall, outside of that, is looking pretty good. I obviously don't have Ponga. That's the frustrating one here. Dylan Brown's probably someone I want in this team. Not going to happen. I've got the best hooker. I've got Nico Hines, the best, has been across his last few years anyway. The best half, the best captain. So I do think that's a pretty good position. And we do have to think about potentially holding a trade or 2 over the next few weeks, especially. And that's where, if I make the 2, then I can reassess next week and make decisions based on what, next week this coming round in round 7 throws at us, right? If I use the third trade, then I am getting one step ahead of the game, per se, with trading out a couple of these guys. I don't want to score as in my 17, but next week, to be honest with you, it's a pretty tough week. If I've got, I am trading out Hutcho, that's going to happen no matter what this week. So I will have 3 dogs. And then I've got guys like Blaze Talangi who, are going to be sitting in that position down there. Does Piakura actually play next week? I'm worried that he actually doesn't, to be honest with you there. And then we've got Danny Levi, who we're not super excited to play on a week-to-week basis, right? So there's a few things to think about heading into that bye next week, because having 3 out in Salmon, Hughes and Carraz hurts things obviously a little bit there for sure. Very glad I have the cover in centre / wing fullback now with Aro coming into the side, and does he keep his spot next week as well? So there's a few things to think about in my squad and obviously in your squads as well. So yeah, keep an eye out on next week, and obviously how you're going to be able to get a decent 17. And if you can't, then just focus on making the correct trades here and getting a solid 16, potentially a good 16 with a pretty average 17th man or something like that heading into next week without overloading on trades on guys that you probably want to hold, right? We could look at next week as well as a good opportunity to sell like a Sam Hughes, right? Like they've got to buy. Max King is likely going to be back this week, if not definitely after the bye. And we potentially get Preston back by that point, and then Kara moves back to just being Salmon will move back to being a middle. Hughes might not be getting a good opportunity. Salmon might be a sell coming into this week as well if Preston's coming back soon, and depending how they both score. So that could be an option to potentially sell 1 or 2 of the dogs next week and really getting ahead of the game after using the 3 trades this week. Like that's all potentially options in our sides as well. So yeah, I just wanted to just touch base quickly on that one. They're the options I'm looking at personally. It's a mixture between 5 guys for 2 trades, and yeah, we'll find out tomorrow how that's going to work out. I'll let the private group know, or potentially, in a in the comment or something like that. I'll if someone wants to DM me, I'll hopefully tell you, but I don't know at this stage. That's where I'm at. So there's that one, and we'll get into having a look at the head-to-head trades now, which I'm using 3 of them. Well, that'll be fun. Exciting times for the head-to-head squad. 3 trades this week, so that's always a good time, that's for sure. And Hutcho is going out the side. I think he's going to be going out of it in the next few weeks anyway. And I look down here at Chan, Pikura, and Blaze Talangi as well, and thank goodness that Chan gets an opportunity to make a little bit more money, which is cool. I wonder how he's going to be played. Is it off the bench as a middle? Is it off the bench just to cover Blore? Is it a mixture of both and sort of 10 to 15 minutes middle and maybe 10 to 15 minutes on the edge as well? I'm not sure how that's going to play out. Sitting there with the trades, after trades I've used, and going to be looping Sully this week. So that's a little bit more fun, obviously, there. And the trades I have made is Burbo, Hutcho, and then Jaden Campbell for Ponga, Brown, and then Kale Iro. So trading Cleary last week to Campbell left me with plenty of cash, obviously. And I'm going to use that on a couple of guys with some big upside. I think Brown has the most potential to make some money, which is exactly what I'm looking for in a head-to-head player at the moment, is to make a little bit more cash. And I think he could end up obviously being a keeper. He has done in years previous. So that's what we're looking at with Brown. And I expect some good scores and some good money making. Ponga, he's going to be, I went for Campbell cover for wing fullback last week. That didn't work out. So I'm going to go for Ponga cover this week. Even if he's not kicking goals, he looked incredible, and he's got a terrific run of games. So they're the 2 big dogs I'm going to be bringing in. Trading out Campbell, Hutcho, and Burbo feels pretty good to get in Iro as well. And 103 in the bank still. Obviously, lots of trades being used at the moment in this squad, and we're going to have to slow down soon. And I think after next week is going to be the time to slow down. And obviously during the Origin buy period as well is the big one at that. But we're looking at a very, very strong side. I'm super happy with where it's at. Brandon Smith doing good things. Crichton, May, Pierce Paul, Cotter. Harris is going to go around as captain again. Brown and Fogs looks great. Iro Strange, Pap, but Turbo, and Drinkwater. So we've got plenty of guns on this side with Ponga on the interchange bench as well. So super exciting at that. We're going to loop Sully, see how he goes. And if he gets sort of under 30, I think we'll play Hughes. And if not, Pikura is going to go into that 4 slot. And we'll take Sully's points, which will be fun. Not looking to take Chan or Talangi, so Sully plays an early game, Hughes is later in the week. So that's how we're going to play this one out. If he doesn't obviously do well, Sully, then Hughes will just stay there, which is cool. And we welcome back Galvin. It's good times for the head-to-head squad. And yeah, just a short and sharp update for you guys in this one. What are your trades? Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, hope you guys have a cracking week there, and we'll see you in the next video.